right. Live. Because I want to. It is 1 minute after midnight now. It was right 1 minute before midnight when I started this. But, welcome to Mike at Midnight. I'm Mike. How are you? All right. The mama hasn't made it. Is there anybody here yet? There's Shelby over there. Hey, Shelby. Let me go thumbing through some pages here while we wait for others to show. Is it okay? This sweet girl. Oh yeah, Daddy, sweet girl. Yes, you were. Her day, sweet girl. If I could put a recliner in here, I would. That way, you just sit up here beside me, just like you do with Mama at home. So, hey, somebody's here. I bet you it's the Mama. Is it? It's the Mama. Hi, baby. Welcome to this episode of Mike at Midnight. It's Shelby. Oh, she's had her so much loving today. All right, so let me see here. Page 483. I think it's a pretty good one. I'm in the van, if you can tell. I've got my extension cord running out to the outlet under the deck there, and the heater going because it's a little nippy out. I'll call you after this. You might be my only visitor tonight. What's to say? But I will call you afterwards and torment you. Want no secret? Yeah, no secret. I'm glad you're tolerant of me. The butt whoopings I would otherwise have to endure. Okay. 483. That time. Okay. Poetry this evening, because you never know what I'm going to come up with. Poetry, proverbs, wit, or wisdom. By the author, Thomas Bailey Aldrich. The name of the poem is somewhat lengthy, by the way. Oh yeah, it's lengthy. The name of the poem is The Ballad of Babie Bell. Well, actually, it would, yeah. Baby, B-A-B-I-E instead of B-A-B-Y. The Ballad of Babie Bell. Have you not heard the poets tell how came the dainty Babie Bell into this world of ours? The gates of heaven were left ajar. With folded hands and dreamy eyes, wandering out of paradise, she saw this planet like a star, hung in the glistening depths of Eden, its bridges running to and fro, o'er which the white-winged angels go, bearing the holy dead to heaven. She touched a bridge of flowers, those feet, so light they did not bend the bells of the celestial. That's a word I'm not sure of. Asphodeels. We're going to try this. Of the celestious asphodels. They fell like dew upon the flowers, Then all the air grew strangely sweet, and thus came dainty Baby Bell into this world of ours. She came and brought delicious May. The swallows built beneath the eaves, like sunlight in and out the leaves. The robins went the livelong day. The lily swung its noiseless bell, and o'er the porch the trembling vine seemed bursting with its veins of wine. How sweetly, softly twilight fell! O earth was full of singing birds, and opening springtide flowers, when the dainty Baby Bell came to this world of ours. Oh baby, dainty Baby Bell, how far she grew from day to day. What woman nature filled her eyes, what poetry within them lay. Those deep and tender twilight eyes, so full of meaning, pure and bright, as if she yet stood in the light of those opt gates of paradise. And so we loved her more and more. Ah, never in our hearts before was love so lovely born. We felt we had a link between this real world and that unseen, and land beyond the morn. And for the love those dear eyes, for love of her whom God hath led forth, the mother's being ceased on earth, when baby came from paradise, for love of him who smote our lives, and woke the chords of joy and pain. We said, dear Christ, our hearts bent down like violets after rain. And now the orchids, which were white and red with blossoms when she came, were rich in autumn's mellow prime. The clustered apples burnt like flame. The soft-cheeked peaches blushed and fell. The ivory chestnut burst its shell. The grapes hung purpling in the grange, and time wrought just as rich a change in little Baby Bell. Her lissome form more perfect grew, and in her features we could trace, in softened curves, her mother's face. Her angel nature ripened too. We thought her lovely when she came, but she was holy, saintly now. Around her pale angelic brow we saw a slender ring of flame. God's hand had taken away the seal that held the portals of her speech, and oft she said a few strange words whose meaning lay beyond our reach. She never was a child to us. We never held her being's key. We could not teach her holy things. She was Christ's self in purity. It came upon us by degrees. We saw its shadow ere it fell. The knowledge that our God had sent his messenger for Baby Bell. We shuddered with unlanguid pain, and all our hopes were changed to fears, and all our thoughts ran into tears, like sunshine into rain. We cried aloud in our belief, "Oh, smite us gently, gently, God. Teach us to bend and kiss the rod, and perfect grow through grief." Ah, how we loved her, God can tell. Her heart was folded deep in ours. Our hearts are broken, Bell. At last he came, the messenger from unseen lands. And what did dainty Babie Bell? She only crossed her little hands. She only looked more meek and fair. We parted back her silken hair. We wove the rose around her brow. White buds the summers drifted now. Wrapped her from head to foot in flowers, and thus went dainty Babie Bell out of this world of ours. That one was a bit lengthy. That was one of those poems. That one wasn't so bad. There were some of them that really half of it didn't even rhyme, and therefore when you're trying to read it and trying to keep it in, what's the word I'm looking for? Fragments, I guess. Each fragment should have a kind of a center and an end where it's kind of obvious. Then on to the next one, like short paragraphs. There's some of them in there that are poetry back in the 1800s was different. Oh, so anyhow, I guess since it's just you and me, I could just turn this off and call you on the phone. It is, yeah. It's a lot of that really, like I said, there's a whole, I don't know how many, like 30, 40, 50 pages that are all Civil War poems, and some of them are quite depressing. Some of them are written in the eyes of a soldier, but some of them are about all the horror of war, and just I don't know what causes someone to think that I don't know, maybe I'm the one who's got the wrong idea here, but just to me the horror of war is not poetic at all. But anyhow, but it is 12:15 almost. So nice short 15-minute video. That'll work. And I am going to call you on the phone so I can tease and torment you. I can do so here, but I don't get to listen to you go, ooh, threaten me with bodily harm when I get home, etc., etc., etc. So, to those of you who may watch this later, I love that woman right there. She is awesome. I wouldn't trade her for $100, $200 maybe, not for 100. Oh, I just keep racking them up. All the reasons why I'm going to be getting my butt whooped later. one of these days, she's going to come up with a list like Santa Claus, and just do like this here and say, okay, so do you want one whack with a paddle for every one of these transgressions, or you just want one big whack for all of them? And I think I'd be too afraid to man up for that. That would crack, go flying across the county. So, I love you, baby. I'm going to sign off here, and I will call you in just a little bit. Bye. Say bye, Shelby. She's already done passed out. So, all right, see you in a little. Well, I'll see you sometime, probably Saturday. But anyway, we'll talk to you in a minute. And the rest of y'all, be good to each other.